Hi, my name's Emma and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Newton Abbey, Belfast, Northern Ireland. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I am going to be making this cute... Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to make this cute pop and swing card that has been inspired by Lisa Cursio's tutorial, except I've just used a different bundle. I am using the Kindest Gnome Bundle, which is this wee one here. So you've got all your lovely little gnome images, some nice greetings on there, and then you've got dies as well that cut out the gnomes and the little toadstool. You've also got DSP in this suite, and then you've got little rhinestones and ribbon, and the dies cut out some of the images. So these images here have actually been cut out with the dies as well. So it's actually a really good bundle and saves you a lot of work on fussy cutting as well. So I'll give you all your measurements first, and then we'll make a wee start on it. So the mechanism of the card, whenever you open the card, it just opens like that and has this like kind of concertina. It's up to you where obviously you can't put your blank panel here, but you can put it in the middle or you can put it this side. It's entirely up to you where you put it to your card, so you can decide that. So I will give you all your measurements first of everything. So I'm using UK sizes. I'll just use my scoreboard. So this is just your A4 sheet of paper, and then it is cut at 5 7/8 and scored at 4 1/8. Okay, so you're just using your width of your A4. Then you have DSP for the front. So it is cut at 3 7/8 of an inch by 5 5/8. You have 2 in Balmy Blue, and that is 5 3/4 by 1 3/4, 2 of those. And then you're going to go 1/8 of an inch down, so it's going to be 5 5/8 by 1 5/8. Okay, again 2 of those. Then you are going to have this panel here, which is your concertina part. So it's going to be the same length as your card here, so 5 7/8 by 6 inches, and then you're going to score every 2 inches. Okay, and you are going to concertina that, okay, like that. And then you've got these 2 wee pieces, so these are part of your mechanism. Okay, so you need 2 of these as well, and it doesn't really matter what length these are, because they're just gonna basically sit in here, and then that's going to go onto your card. So you just need something that's going to go, you know, give that support. But the measurements that I have given is 3 3/4, and then I've scored it at 2, okay, and then by 1/2 inch and 2 of those. Okay, so let's get putting everything together here. So you're going to score everything up, okay, like that. So your flat piece here, that is going to stick to this part of your card. So this part here is going to be here, okay? So you need to put your card, your DSP here, and then you can pick and choose which one there you want, okay? So we're just going to stick these. I'm just going to use the spreader end of my Tombow glue. A lot of people haven't realized that there is a spreader end in the Tombow, and it is so much quicker for doing bigger pieces. And it also means you've got this nice thin even coverage. Okay, I'm going to choose this one for this, to make this one a little bit different. There, and it means then you can either stamp in there a greeting, or you can just write it. It's up to you. Okay, and then I have picked this nice snowflakey design with their wee mushrooms on the other side, which are cute. Again, use your spreader end to get a nice thin coverage. Just be careful if your paper's directional. Thankfully this one isn't, so you can just stick it on. There's no bothers there. So if I was you, and if you actually wanted to stamp a greeting onto this, I would do this now rather than wait until the card's put together, because you might just find stamping onto there a little bit uneven because there's so many layers of card. But it's up to you. You can decide what you think's better for you. So next stage is we're going to get our card base. And I'm going to just stick this on. Now for this one here, I did a matting layer of Balmy Blue, and then I did the DSP. Later on, you know, once this gets stuck, you're going to have to then decide what die shape that you want to use. I used, now these ones aren't available, but there is something very similar in the catalogue. I used the stitch shapes, but because it was DSP card and then thick white, the die really struggled to get through, and if you look in there, it kind of made a bit of a mess. So I've ended up just taking the card out as a matting layer. You could spend a wee bit of time with it and kind of run it through twice and all, but if you're going to be mass producing these as Christmas cards, it's going to be something that's very time consuming. So I would just recommend, if you're doing thick white as your card base, you're going to have to lose that matting layer of card. And make sure you have an even coverage of glue, because once you cut out your die shape, you don't want the you want the DSP to be completely stuck all around the edges of that cut out die shape. So I'm just laying this down here like that. Just use your bone folder just to make sure you're getting a good bond of your glue. Now this is, as I say, this is when you pick out what die shape you're going to use. I'm just going to stick with the oval because it was just handy, and I think it's a nice size on the front of the card. Now if you're going to do this wee one, just make sure your toadstool isn't going to come over the top of your die cut, because whenever that card swings, that you don't want that toadstool to be encroaching over that, and it's stopping this from swinging out, because then it'll not be able to come flat here because the toadstool will be encroaching over it. So you just need it to be, make sure you have a kind of general idea of how far your die needs to come. Also, you need to make sure that you've got space for these little mechanisms up here, because you don't want that to be sitting in over there. You want it to be enough space, but I have plenty there, so I could actually move that up. Okay, so next thing is you bring your big shot on to lay your card flat. And again, this is where, I know I've shown you there, but I just want to double check. Just make sure it's in the middle too. Okay. If you're unsure or you're a wee bit unsteady, you could use some tape to hold that die in place. And then just cut that out. And then you're also going to have to cut a plain oval, just so in the same shape, using the same die, just so then that you can stamp your greeting onto it. Now you have this, and you've got this. Just pop that out. Okay, so you can see now what I was saying to you earlier about making sure the glue, you don't want that to be all kind of lifting, so that's why you need to make sure that your DSP is stuck really well. Okay, so now we are going to attach this, and just making sure that the card was like edge to edge. Okay, so give this a good glue up. You could use tape if you want. Like I always say, I like to have a little bit of maneuvering. Okay, and you're just going to do edge to edge here. Like that. Okay, make sure it's well stuck. If you didn't want to do the matting layers on the inside, you could just use DSP, but I thought with this DSP, there's quite a lot of white in the background, and it just would have got lost, so it needed the Balmy Blue just to kind of make it pop a little bit. Okay, so now we are going to attach these. So you're going to crease them that way, and then you're going to just stick that crease to your edge here. So I'm just going to use this piece here. Again, you could use tape, it's entirely up to you. can get it to come out. You don't need to go right to the edge, but you can if you want. Okay, so it's going to go like that. And the same with this one. This gives the support for that background, just to be, you know, this attaches this part to your card. Okay, I've just over glued that there. Let's get a wee glue rubber here. Okay, so now that is going to sit like that. Okay, so concertinaing it in on itself. Put glue here, right up to that edge. Okay, and then you are going to close this over on itself. You're just going to give that a bit of support to get the bond in there, like that. Okay, so then when we open it, we'll just maybe let it sit a wee second. I'm just going to hold it here a wee second, just where the crease stops, because I don't want a line to come where I'm pressing with the bone folder. So whenever you open your card, it's like that. Okay, so just give it a good press. Okay. So now all we have to do is decorate the front of our card. So I'm going to put my wee toadstool house flat, and then I'll raise my little gnome. So he's gone there. And then we'll raise a wee gnome. We'll just set him down like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to pick out the greeting that I'm going to use, and I am just going to continue with the greeting from this little stamp set, and we'll use Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Okay, just going to, and I always don't really stamp greetings in black. I think it's too harsh. Normally I pick basic grey or early Expresso because I just think they're a bit softer. Okay. Just like that. Right. So now you have to attach this oval. So you are going to just press your card closed and just kind of line that up. Now you're only going to put glue here, because if you put glue down here or on the back here, like that would be this side, it's just going to stick to the inside there. So you're just going to put glue on this section, and again, you don't need an awful lot. Again, you could use tape if you don't want the hassle of maybe having runny glue. So just pick whatever glue medium that you're happy with, and just set that down into there. Okay, and we'll let that sit a wee second. I'm going to also use some of these. So these are part of the suite from the whole suite's called Storeybook Gnomes. So this is the little gems that are part of it. Just deciding what colour. Go with the blues. Do my 3. Okay, so that is pretty much the card done, because I'm not going to put a greeting in the inside, so there's more space. So you can see there, it just pops. Isn't that gorgeous? So hopefully I have explained Lisa's instructions. As I say, these are more UK sizes and I've chosen a different theme for mine. I'm going to be doing another tutorial using this Kindest Gnomes, and it's just going to be showing you how to do these wee shrink plastic charms with them. They are so cute and really good for Christmas gifts, so stay tuned for that. But that is all for this tutorial today. I hope you've enjoyed it and you have fun making your own pop and twist card. As usual, I'll leave a description of everything that I've used in the description, and hopefully you'll have fun doing yours. Okay, thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye bye.